What's up, Internet? Here we are once again with the CoolBoy 401 real game multi-cart on the Famicom, played through the Retron 3 with an NES adapter. There's so many things that preclude what we just said, but yeah, so Famicom carts. Let's go to page 2 and start off with Mighty Final Fight. Now, I did actually tease this game. The story start presents. Now, in case you couldn't tell, there was a bunch of copyright nonsense removed. Like I have mentioned, pirate carts like to do this. But I did kind of mention this. There was a Final Fight on the NES. It was Mighty Final Fight, and it is a really interesting look at it. We'll play Hagar because he's literally the best character. Yeah, this is a little bit different. It's chibi, it's cute, it's got a leveling system for reasons. It's got experience, and you know, it's just a fun version of Final Fight. In fact, I'm not a Final Fight person. I mentioned this last episode that I'm absolutely a Streets of Rage sort of person. I never got Final Fight. In fact, I mentioned that in my Streets of Rage video, but this game is probably my favorite Final Fight game. Because it's just cute and fun and goofy and just likable, really. And it just seems so out of place, and it feels almost like this is like a parody or like a pirate attempt to make like a weird Final Fight-ish type thing. But this is totally official, and it's just so cool that this exists. Like, a game about beating up people as like this burly super mare, and now you're basically the size of a child, but you still retain your awesome mustache and your slacks and your wrestling prowess, because as we all know, Mayor Mayor Hagar was a wrestling champ. In fact, you can go get that game on the Super Nintendo. He was in a Super Nintendo wrestling game which name currently eludes me, but I remember hearing that game was really cool, and I've been wanting to get a copy for a while as well. But if this game interests you, I believe you can get it on the 3DS, if you're like that weird 3DS, NES virtual console nonsense. And if you like beat-em-ups, you totally should, because it is a cool beat-em-up, even though it is a Final Fight game. It's pretty obscure for a Final Fight game as well, but it's a good one. In fact, it's like the best Final Fight game as far as I'm concerned. Boom. Oh no. Come on, Super Mario, let's go get him. It's a little mindless, sure, but I think that's kind of the point of a lot of beat-em-ups, is you're not supposed to think about it, you're just supposed to walk in and fight about it, and it's like, yeah, alright, let's just beat up every person in our way, let's eat chicken off the ground, let's lariat our way to victory, although that costs health, so maybe let's not do that too often, although I'm gonna lose a lot of health soon, so maybe we should do that. Let's build up some experience for reasons. And let's get tricked by that hood. Thrasher. No. I wonder what happens if you say yes a bunch of times. You just game over or something? Oh, I should have done that. Crap. Oh well. That said, this game does try and retain, like, the NES arcade-style difficulty, so it is definitely a hard game, but that's not to say there's not a lot of fun to be had here. You can suplex a guy as a mare. And pile driver him, because of course you do. Oh, this game is just cute, and clever, and fun, and just good. I don't like Final Fight, but I like this game. Yeah. You want to try and knife me? You know who I am. I'm Mr. Merrick punches knives out of the air. That's how I am. Gut punch. And the classic hand in the sky telling you to go. Such a staple. I love it. I don't play enough old school beat 'em ups. We should do that at some point. Just pick some old school beat 'em ups, play them, review them. They're simple, but they're nice. Although I suppose nowadays these kind of games don't normally get made. Instead, they just sort of evolved into, well, ultimately Rising Zan, which turned into Devil May Cry, which turned into God of War. Which I've actually genuinely never played a God of War game. I've played lots of things that inspired it, but never played the actual thing everyone likes to say is the superior thing. I've tried to find the compilation for it, but I've just never proper found any sort of God of War game. Come on, Mare! Yeah! Pile driver. Nice. Aw. Sorry, Super Mare. Maybe next time. And we'll continue on with Home Alone 2. Oh, that's a little bit scary. Imagineering. Ugh, that's a face. Oh god, I'm actually not familiar with Home Alone 2. I've seen the first one, and I genuinely don't think it's a good movie. I think it's definitely a product of its time, but I never really found it particularly enjoyable. Can I go in the background? No, I can't. Can I attack in some way? Oh yeah, I can select weapons, but I don't seem to have any. Jump! Okay, I don't want keys. Got it. And I think that's a problem with this game, is like, it's just hard to figure out what things do things, you know? And I think a lot of games had trouble like this back in the day. It's like, okay. What? Yeah. Can I jump over Bellhop Man? No, I can't. Okay, genuinely, it's one of those things where it's like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, I get I'm evidently not supposed to be caught by people, sure. But what am I supposed to do? Okay, so I can drop the necklace, and I guess that trips them, but she's unaffected, I guess. Oh, there's a gun up there. Let's try this. I'm running out of lives here, guy. Okay, let's try one more time. I genuinely want to at least make some progress and figure out what the hell is going on in this game. But, yeah, that's definitely an NES sort of thing, is let's take an idea and make a game out of it. What do we do? Platformer. Okay. What do you do in this platformer? Platform. But there's not really any sort of context as to what you're supposed to be doing or what anything is. Okay, that guy's following me now. Should I just run? Okay. Oh god, run. Ow. Okay, so am I to get to there and just press the button and use the elevator, or what? I gotta say, the platforming isn't particularly good. And that one couch makes you jump higher for no real signposted reason. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the extra jump height. I think it's necessary, but why does it only affect that one couch? Why isn't it every couch? Why are these mops covered in blood and trying to attack me? Okay, am I supposed to go in there? No. Am I supposed to go... Like, am I supposed to press the button or something? Yeah, this is not very good at conveying what you're supposed to do, and that's a problem. And granted, part of that's a sign of its time. A lot of games of the time basically just said, oh, read the manual, you'll get what you're supposed to do, but if you don't have the manual, it's kind of a problem. Okay, let's go to Golden Axe. Again, pretty sure that didn't get onto the NES or Famicom, and that's not even through, like, Acclaim's Tenjin license that, like, ported a bunch of stuff they probably weren't allowed to. This is, in fact, Astian Axe, a game I've played very little about, but a college buddy of mine, named Kevin, recommended it to me once, and I've never actually seen a copy of this, but it's a 2D scrolling hacky-slashy sort of adventure. Music's really good. And if I recall, you like boost the power of your axe by like getting pickups, and as you like let your swings charge between swings, they do more damage and stuff. And also, that's a Metroid for reasons. I remember this game being really brutally tough too. Like I don't think I've ever actually managed to get past this level, so this will be interesting. Okay, yeah, see, there's that. And this is why I've never actually gotten this far in this game. It's just, it likes to drop stuff on you. And really awkward enemy placements don't help. And I can't seem to attack those things. Our axe now turned into a sword, and we seem to have more damage output, I think, which is nice. And we have some kind of crazy super attack. I don't know how I did that, but I think this is the same sword used in the NES game Demon Sword. And I don't know why I know that, because I've never played that game. It's like one of those multi-branch sort of ceremonial swords that you see like with shrines and stuff. But they're not terribly like practical looking weapons. But the platforming is a bit slow. Like it feels like you should travel a little faster. It feels like your jump should carry you a little bit more. But it doesn't feel like a bad game at all. It's just one I've never gotten particularly far in. That said, it does also feel like it could use some better enemy placement. Like, that's just a jerk move, putting that there. And the recoil on damage could be toned down a little, certainly. Ow. Okay, there's our ceremonial demon sword thingy. Okay, so I think it's just multi-tap your attack button and you'll do like that crazy super attack, I think. Maybe. Oh, it's up in the attack, maybe. Yeah, it's up. Okay. That suddenly makes it a little bit more manageable when I need it to be. Okay, so nothing's coming out of that ledge. Every other ledge we're going to spawn something, but not that one. Okay, that came out of nowhere. Just gonna hack you to bits. Please die. Oh, come on, come on, die. I'm not a particularly fast hero, just a muscular one. There we go, hooray! Uh-oh. Now I've got an actual boss. This is a problem. I thought that was the boss. Okay. Oh! That is some versatile attacks right there. And start back at the beginning. So this is definitely not a forgiving game. But it doesn't seem like there's a live system as far as I can... Oh yeah, there's a live system. I was gonna say, it doesn't look like there's live, so... Maybe I can just continue indefinitely. I gotta admit, I've gotten further here than I have ever before, though, for what little that's worth. Okay. I gotta admit, I like the background detail. Like, the game looks very nice. But it does feel a little bit slow and clumsy, where it could be a little bit faster, I think. And these guys will just follow you forever, it looks like. It looks like you gain like a little bit of invulnerability in your swings sometimes. That's useful. Okay, I got an extra life, I think. We're just gonna keep hacking and slashing, and when he... Okay, he doesn't have a crouch animation. Although now we seem to be able to actually, like, control his trajectory a little with our attacks. That seems useful. But it feels like we don't have enough control over where we go in between those times, and he doesn't have a lot of tell for when he's actually going to do anything. Alright, we'll give it one more go, and then we'll move on. But this game seems like one of those, like, Ninja Gaiden-esque really hard games that's super rewarding to beat, and it seems like a really good game, but it just feels a little bit slow for my liking. But I could see myself trying to play through this someday. Now, not so much, but music's pretty good, looks good, plays a little bit slow for my taste, but not too bad, Astion X. And RoboCop 2, brought to you by the year 1991. I do like that animation. The random blade just showing up out of nowhere. Okay, so you start very, very slow and you've got some wind up to your actual speed. That's not going to make things awkward at all. Can I... jump? No, I wanted to go up there. Oh well. Jump. Jump. Oh. He definitely feels like super, super slippery. Like there's definitely a wind up to him moving. Like he starts out super slow and then just starts motoring. And then once you like stop, he carries on for like an extra 3 feet. Like there, stop, and he takes another like 2 steps. He definitely doesn't control all that particularly good. And you can't shoot above him, which is a problem. This is what happened to the Rolling Thunder guy. Still maintains the neck and back injury that prevents him from shooting upwards. Whoa. Okay. Punch. I do like the contextual, like, close-range punch, though. That's kind of nice. It means you're not going to have to, like, waste ammo or whatever. If there is ammo, I'm not seeing any sort of ammo counter. I'm seeing a timer, which is a horrifying prospect, considering how slippery this guy controls. Jump! There we go. Okay. Now I see what appears to be a counter for enemies, so I'm guessing you have to kill X number of enemies before you make it to the end. And if you don't, you get, like, quested back to the police academy or something. Where Michael Winslow will make sound effects at you. But conversely, you might end up in Spaceballs because of it. And now I want to watch Spaceballs. That's an awesome movie. Okay, so we have to find the end jump. It's really hard to see that, like, gap in the thing, especially when you're moving. And of course, because you slip, it's not like you can really control it all that well. Give it credit, that was kind of a neat animation. I mean, it doesn't look horrible. And I do like that animation, too. Okay. Okay, this also controls very slippery. Are those supposed to be enemies or like innocent bystanders? They look horrified, but they also look like they're oozing some kind of like toxic slime. Okay, so shoot the generic punks and Rambo and generic army guys. Okay, so are we back to the previous level now? Okay, so I think what happened is you have to destroy that, like, those weird things that look vaguely like power-ups or something. And if you don't destroy enough of them, they bust you into that, and then you have to go back and do it again as, like, punishment or something? This is some, like, almost like Mighty Bomb Jack-esque, you are greedy, go to punishment room nonsense. Actually, there was another game that did something like that. That was, Beetlejuice. Where it's like, you did something wrong. You picked a random door incorrectly, so you have to go to, like, a punishment level. That was, like, ridiculously hard. Oh! Okay, well, I think we get what this is about. It looks kind of nice, but that's about it. And now we have number 20, Saint. Which I'm horrified because I think this is Saint Seiya, which is a problem. Saint Seiya, or as we knew it in North America, Knights of the Zodiac, as portrayed by Bowling for Soup's cover of Flock of Seagulls, I Ran So Far Away. One of the few songs I'm willing to actually sing to. Because I have a horrible singing voice, but I like that song. Well, the original anyway. But, if I recall, this is kind of a platformer that doesn't control super well, but there's also, like, talking sections and, like, RPG nonsense, and it doesn't help that I'm not super familiar with the source material. I know of Saint Seiya because of Knights of the Zodiac for, like, the 2 episodes I watched. I know of him through, Jump Ultimate Stars and that, weird PS4 fighting game that was awful. But it contained Kenshin, so there was that. And, this is definitely not the best platformer I've ever made. Why do I keep falling into that one hole? It's like you have to take a run up to it, and you have to, like, jump a good couple seconds before you want to, which that does not really afford you that kind of precision. Also, I thought that was background. And also, you have no air control. Okay, you're out. I'll pick you. I think you were, the Pegasus guy, maybe? Whoa, you're a lot faster than the other guy. But you control about as terribly in the air. There's no air control. Once you've jumped, you are committed to that jump. And this guy's even slipperier than the previous guy. It's interesting they have different stats, I'll commend that, but I don't think the platforming is all that top-notch. The actual conveying of what things are is a problem. Jump, jump. Run! And here's where we get to, like, whoa, Glitch Town. I think this is a matter of it actually being on the actual multi-card. too, so like if I reset it, it would be the same, but this is basically like talking time RPG element nonsense, which is pretty much going to stop me in my tracks. That's not to say I haven't played RPGs in like pure Japanese, but this might be a bit above me, because usually when I run into like talking segments in those games, I just run around trying to talk to everyone. Okay, can I leave? Yeah, I definitely think I'm stuck here. And this is the problem with playing games in Japanese, is sometimes you just get points like this which are just talking, and you have to like mash through every possible choice to hopefully advance. And now we're fighting Reptile again. And we're dead. I'll play as Seiya. But, oh, you've got even worse reach, but at least you don't slide around. You're slow, but you don't slide around, so you might actually, like, be the most competent playing character, Seiya, if your range was any good. If I recall, there's, like, 2 or 3 Famicom Saint Seiya RPGs as well. I think this might have another one that was, like, a top-down RPG. That was, like, the sequel to this, I think. But, not a great game if you don't understand the dialogue, and it's certainly not a good platformer. I do like the head nodding animation to show that we're actually talking, though. Okay, so now we're actually in the actual fighting portion. See if we can win this fight. I'm not thinking this is going to work terribly well for us, though. Yeah. I don't remember a lot about Knights of the Zodiac / Saint Seiya, but I'm betting we need more life than 0 to succeed. I think I remember someone with a mask like her, though. I think she was the villain? Maybe? I only vaguely remember it. Okay, let's try this. Use your other attack. That didn't seem to do anything either. This could be a problem for us, I fear. That took off half our health. Okay, we could swap to people. Okay. I get it. Okay, here we go. For some reason, A and B wasn't doing it. You had to press start. Okay, let's swap out to Swan Guy, I guess. Let's try this. Eat bubbles! That seemed to actually do something. Not much, but something. Oh god, we're about to die horribly. Gonna bet it all on this one attack. That did 10 damage. Awesome. Alright, and that's the end of our Swan Guy. And that is the end of page 2. So let's just go over what we saw here in this past one. Mighty Final Fight, excellent game. That game is awesome. Home Alone 2, really weird in terms of context, really hard to figure out. Astian Axe, or Golden Axe as it likes to say. That's a really hard game, feels very slow, very clumsy, but if you really sat down with it, I think there's a great game there. RoboCop 2, not so much. Looks kind of okay, but that would probably be about as positive as I'm going to get. And Saint Seiya, I think, really does require at least some knowledge of Japanese, and knowing the source material probably helps, because I'm sure there's probably like a type advantage for the boss fights. The platforming is complete garbage, I think, though. Let's take a look at page 2 and see what our next game will be when we come back. Ring King. Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.